Just starting some things for the moment. When am I not starting something for the moment? We are currently Monday, May 21st, 22nd, I don't remember, 23rd, I have no idea. I am starting a knitting project. I've just talked about this in my most recent podcast episode, that I am kind of struggling with knitting. I haven't had a knitting project that I've really been wanting to work on for a long time. And as I'm sitting here amidst the mess that is my craft room, my crafting corner in my room, I realized that it is because I'm looking for instant gratification in my projects. I want quick projects, I want to make things quickly, and in the past that's always been crochet for me. So I did recently just get quite a few new crochet supplies that I've been really enjoying, I love, and I love playing with them, but I've just been craving knitting. Because I want instant gratification, my mind just automatically goes to crochet. So I'm sitting here thinking and thinking and thinking, and what I've been trying to do is come up with some summer tops for myself to wear. I kind of go into this more in that podcast episode. I struggle with finding knitting and crochet summer tops, even though I've found a lot of patterns I really love the look of and look like they would be so much fun to make. I just kind of am struggling with how I want things to look on me and what I'm actually going to wear. It's just really annoying me that every knitted or crocheted summer top I come across, I come up with some excuse on why that wouldn't work for me. Because I don't know, it's just how I'm built, how the fabrics I like to make, how they drape on me. I don't know, it's a whole thing. I've just come up with this idea for a knitted summer top that I'm going to attempt. So the top I'm going to attempt, I've kind of sketched it out a little bit in this book. I have this whole little binder of notebooks and things because I hoard notebooks. And this is a kind of a sketch of it. So this might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. I'm going to cast on for the back, I'm going to knit the back, and then I'm going to pick up and knit front and another front, and then I'm going to join it in the round. I'm going to do like a slip stitch detail around the front. I'm going to finish the body, and then for the sleeves the only thing I'm going to do is like some really tight ribbing to kind of bring it in and look nice on my shoulders. That's the plan from this little sketch, and I've done the math in my chicken scratch, that is my handwriting, and I figured out what I need to cast on for the back panel, and I'm kind of just forcing myself to just do it as I go and not overthink it and just go with it so I can knit, because I want to knit. That's the main thing. I want to knit. I love crochet. I'm loving how much fun I'm having with my crochet lately, but I miss my knitting. I want to be knitting. So that's why I'm doing it in this construction, this top down drop shoulder type thing, because I want to knit and purl. I want to do flat knitting and then do in the round knitting. I want all of that. So that's like the reasoning behind that construction. So the yarn I'm going to be using is, I have this skein of finger weight in my stash, and the light's weird. So the yarn I'm going to be using is actually this. This is like this fingering weight in my stash. It's just Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. It says it's DK. It's really a fingering, even a kind of thin fingering at that. So I don't know why it says DK. Actually, I have a theory on that I've just thought of, and I don't like it. Whatever. It's 100% low purl acrylic, 114 grams. So I think I should be able to get the body out of this. I might have to do something different, do a different yarn for the little caps I want to do, and like a little bit of a border on the neckline. But I'll come to that when I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going to cast on. And the needles I'm using are my Knit Picks Mosaic Interchangeable set. These are the majestic wood of that set. Super pretty, and they're size 9. It's a big needle with a thin yarn, so it will work up really quick. I did a swatch, and it was I quite enjoyed the process of the gauge. So I really like that, and I'm just casting on now. Casting on, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's the project I've been looking for to revive my desire for knitted projects. Actually, my desire was never lacking. It's just more don't even know. I want to knit. I want to knit, so I'm gonna knit. That's what I'm gonna do. This is going well. I have to cast on a third time because I am now 8 stitches short. This is fine. This is fine. So I made progress and my gauge was wrong, so I have to frog it again. This is going well. It's going so well. So it's a few days later. I finished like the back portion, and now I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing for the front. So I've actually decided that I'm going to make this a reverse stack in it. Like this is going to be the right side. So I'm picking up the stitches for the purl side to be the right side. I've never done that before. So I thought I'd give it a go. And I'm trying to decide, like I did the math for my shoulder. Like I want to have a bit of shaping for the neckline. And I'm trying to decide if I like this width of shoulder. I do plan on picking up and doing a neckline like with ribbing, so that will bring it in, but I'm a little worried that is this like too short of a shoulder? I guess not. Like I don't want it to slide off my shoulder, I suppose. Actually, this is looking good. I second guessed myself, but I think it's okay because I plan to do a sort of cuff here, and like I'm gonna pick up and do a band. So hopefully my math should work out with how I decided to do that. I have just cords aplenty because I got the back on cords. I did switch my needles to my nickel plated set instead of the wood, just because with my gauge it was a little bit slower than I would have liked. So we're okay, we're doing good, still have plenty of yarn. So I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to do the whole thing in this. Hopefully I will, but we'll see. So I just have to figure out this shape panel and reverse it for the other side. That's what I'm gonna be working on. I've joined the body. This was kind of dragging on for a few days, but I finally joined the body, so now I anticipate flying. I have made some modifications. I don't know if I've mentioned, I've decided that I'm going to do the purl side is going to be the right side of the work. And I have done a little bit of a knit purl detail when I had to cast on stitches to like join the neck. If I can flip it inside out. It's because of the loose gauge, it's all kind of just a floppy mess right now. But like I'm really happy with the neckline shaping. It was kind of a mess and a bunch of cords to join it in the round, but here's the kind of knit purl texture. So I had some purl stitches along the neckline that I decided to continue being purl stitches on this side, but they look knit on this side. So I continued that, and then the stitches I had to cast on to kind of make up my stitch count for joining it in the round, I'm purling those. So I'll kind of get like this one little column of rib down the front. You won't be able to see, but when it's longer, it'll look nice. But it's just a matter of knitting away at this nice vanilla knitting in the round, and it should work up fast. I'm already thinking about what needle size I'm going to use for the edging of the neckline and the armholes. I think at least a 7, possibly a 6. I'm using a 9 right now, so it's very nice. I'm really surprised with how much I think this is gonna go well. There were a couple moments there where I wasn't sure what I was doing. I still have doing well on yardage. I might be able to get this whole thing out of this skein. I don't know if this is the yarn piece off Sleek DK. It's actually more of a fingering. It's not, I think it's over 100 grams. It might be like 140 something grams per ball. So that might be enough. It's kind of annoying how these, I don't like how these balls are round. Like the outside like this and pulling from the center of these would be a nightmare. It would just all be knotted. I know that from experience. I should have really taken the time to wind it by hand, or even on my ball winder, but I did not. So it's kind of annoying me, this situation, because it's just kind of falling off of itself. But it's going well, so hopefully I can finish the body soonish and we'll have a little try on. So So this is the first try on. It's been ages since I checked in. This body is taking forever, but I've just put it on a longer cord with one of the needle connectors, like the cord connectors, to try it on. So I think like this is like my waist, so I think I'm gonna do like 3 more inches and then some ribbing, and I think that'll be perfect. So like this is the length that I want it at minimum, so I think 3 inches of knitting and then some ribbing will be just fine. Right here, my camera's not positioned correctly, but that's the goal. So 3 more inches of knitting, some ribbing, and then I will go back and fix the neckline and the sleeves, and I'm pretty happy with it. It looks pretty nice. So I will admit, while I'm knitting it right side out, the right side does look nice too, but I think I'm going to stick with the purl side being the right side. So almost done. It's taking a long time. Hi, it's been a while. This is not how I wanted this video to end. So here is the project. If you've been following my podcast, then you might know that this video is going to end like this. This does not work. So what I think happened is that I've never been good with necklines. Like, I have certain specifications for how I need my necklines to lay, but I haven't been good at always follow through with them and implementing them correctly. So what happened with this top, I think I have a picture of me trying it on before I tried putting a neckline on. You can see how it lays on me, that everything fits kind of how I expected it to fit. I mean, the top's a little bit shorter than I planned, but that's okay. I do have quite a bit left over. But when I went to add a neckline, the neckline itself cinched the top closer, like I wanted it to. I wanted to tighten it up, but it brought the rest of the fabric with it, so that the top was even shorter than I anticipated, and it just, no matter what I did, I could not find that balance of neckline that I needed it to be, and yet not sucking the rest of the top in. And I tried many different types of necklines. I tried just doing an I-cord, I tried ribbing on different needle sizes. I think I tried a crochet edging too. It was just not working. So unfortunately, this top goes with many other tops in the failed project bin. It's very sad, but I did learn. I'm trying to look on the bright side now. It's been quite a while since I started filming this video, and I'm only now closing it. This has been sitting in a corner. I haven't looked at it because it was very disheartening, but I'm trying to see the bright spot. And the bright spot is that I did learn a lot about this construction. You know, that's really something I really had never considered before, about how picking up a neckline will, you know, it'll bring it in, but that fabric has to come from somewhere, and it came from the rest of the top. So yeah, I intend to frog this project completely, and I will use the yarn for something else. Maybe I'll try another top with that information, just not quite at this right away. It needs to sit for a while. So that is the story of this knit top. I tried, and you try again. You know, that's all you can do. But that's it. That's all she wrote. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you could, comment down below a project that you had high hopes for and thought everything was going to go well, and then it failed. I would love to commiserate with you and feel not alone in this failure of this project. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting!